Hey everyone, how's it going? Shuffle's back here with another video, and today what we're going to do is talk about some reforging. So, I've been getting a lot of questions about reforging and what kind of things you want to reforge and why. And I want to kind of make a video showing how impactful reforging can actually be. So let me jump over here. Here's a look at my Assassin Collie, one of the units that I haven't touched yet. I did recently build her back up, and I'm going to be using her in RTA specifically. I do sometimes use her in Guild War, but this build is going to be for RTA. So if we take a look at her right now, she's kind of in that like high to mid tier speed with pretty good damage stats. She's not spectacular, but also she's not on i90 gear. So what I do want to do is let's jump over here to the gear change. You can see she's currently at 99.7% crit rate, which I'm quite happy with. But keep in mind that the ability, once we change her to i90 gear, all of her crit rate stats are going to go up, which means it's going to allow us to actually make some differences here. So let's go sort by speed. So I happen to have this piece of gear right here. It's got 14 speed, 16 attack. It's got no crit rate on it, so because it's a crit damage piece with no crit rate, I really don't have anywhere that I can use it. So let's put this on here. You can see this drops us down to a little under 92%. The nice thing about this is that if we were able to make this work, so say once we i90 everything here, we look at this and we're like, that might bring us to 100% crit rate. It also gives us 5 more speed and another 164 attack as well. She scales on speed and attack, so both of those are going to increase her damage. The only thing we're really worried about is the fact that we're losing the 8 crit rate. So the plan is, or the hope is, that we can put this on, reforge all this gear, and it's going to bring her back, and we're going to have everything boosted, and she's going to be crazy strong by the time we're done with her. So what we're going to do is we're going to equip this. I do have a screenshot of that image saved, so we can compare this after. Now let's jump over to the gear reforge. And I've done a whole crap ton of farming just for this video. Normally I don't save them very long, I just use them as soon as I get them. But you can see we're ready to do 4 wyvern pieces and 1 converted piece. We aren't going to be able to do that neck, unfortunately, because the ring is also a converted piece. But let's start with this. Let's see if we can find her boots. Alright, so here's her boots. We're going to get 5 speed from this, which is really nice. Plus we're going to get an extra 4 crit rate and 3 extra attack as well. So let's lead off with that one. Now let's jump to the ring. The ring was a reforged piece. I do want to do this one because it's going to give us 3 more crit rate. The crit rate being really important. And it's going to give us 3 more speed. The other 2 substats aren't great, but it's really hard to find 16 crit rate and 16 speed on the same piece, so let's do that. And then we'll jump over to the weapons. I feel like this one's going to be harder to find. I've been crafting speed weapons like a madman recently. There it is. So decent weapon here. There is some wasted HP, but it is crit rate, attack, and 16 speed. Let's go with that. And then if we go to the helmet, nice piece here. speed, crit rate, attack, and effectiveness. This piece could probably be better because we don't really need the effectiveness. She does have a stun on her skill 3, so it's not terrible. There's not a huge amount of damage otherwise, but like I said, this isn't one of my top pieces. But in terms of speed, it's solid, so we'll do that. We're going to talk about why I'm just going ahead and doing all these right now, as opposed to potentially waiting for something better. But we'll get back to that. And then finally, this is going to be the last piece. This piece is incredible for her. Rolled really well. This is going to bring her another 3 speed with another 2 crit damage, another 1 crit rate. So let's do that. So that is all 5 pieces that we're going to be able to do today. What I'm going to do now is let's jump back. I'm actually going to bring up the screenshot of what she was before we reveal what she actually looks like. So let's pop that up on the screen. So that was what we first did. So yes, we're really jumping from the gear set on the right-hand side, because that's what we ended up upgrading, were those ones, minus the crit damage, of course. We will be able to add extra crit damage to this piece, as well as the extra speed, which is nice from that necklace, and the attack, of course, as well. But really, if you think about it, you have to start from this left-hand side. So because the right-hand side was enabled by the ability to go to 90 gear, because we could get rid of some of that crit rate and exchange it for some speed. So we're really starting with 2600 attack and 256 speed with 227 crit damage. So let's take a look at what she is now. There we go. So we're up to almost 3000 attack, 277 speed. She's at 100 crit rate now with 229 crit damage. Huge improvements for her. Also keep in mind, we can still do this here. And if this started at 4, we're going to get another 3 speed here, which will bring her up to 280. Plus another 5 crit damage will bring her up to 234 crit damage. And the bonus attack from this piece, she does have 16 attack on it. That bonus attack is going to bring her somewhat close to 3k attack. So the ability to jump from, what were we, 2600 attack to 2900 attack, add an extra 7 crit damage and an extra, 24 speed, plus a little extra tankiness, hugely beneficial in this situation. So this is going to allow her to take first turn now, do things she wasn't able to do before, plus her damage output will be way higher. The main piece I want to touch on, let's quickly lock these. I like to lock my 90 pieces. The main piece I want to touch on is this one. So this is a piece that isn't fantastic. Like, it's got all the right substats, but the rolls are kind of low. And you could argue, and I know people have been arguing, that maybe you shouldn't 90 this piece, and that you should just save those reforged materials until you get something better. You have to remember how hard it is to get good gear. It takes, I don't even know how much. It's you get approximately one reforged material per run on average. So you have to do about 200 runs. I would argue that it's probably going to be more than 200 runs before you get a replacement piece of gear. For anybody, like every 200 runs, you're not going to get one fantastic piece of gear that you're going to be willing to reforge. So by time you get that piece of gear that you think is better, you'll have enough pieces to do another one. So you may as well use it. The reason being, like with this piece here, I don't have to throw this away if I get a replacement. If I get a replacement for this, I just move this to somebody else, I upgrade that for her, and then whoever I moved this to all of a sudden has a piece of 90 gear. You have to start with your top units and then roll that gear down, right? So on top of that, I would recommend doing Units that you use for PvP first, definitely. So, like I went ahead and I did my Cecilia. She's on full 90 gear now. I do use her in arena defense, and I use her in RTA, and I do use her in Guild War sometimes. So somebody like that's really important to get her gear done. Somebody like Sigrid, who I primarily use in Wyvern, I don't. I didn't bother going all the way with her 90 gear. I did do a couple because I do use her in Guild War and occasionally in RTA. So I did these two just for the bonus damage. Units like Cerise, very important. I'm not going to show the stats because I don't really want the speed on her public, but I did most of her gear here. The only one I didn't do is the ring because I am hoping to get a replacement for that one, and it's not a very good one. SSB, of course, super important one to do hers as well. Although most of this is Abyss gear. Other units like DN. So doing someone like DN was big. I haven't done her reforged neck yet, but it did give her a little bonus speed, plus a lot of bonus resistance. You can see she's up to 178 resistance to go with her 16k HP, 1600 defense. So just those little things in your top tier PvP are going to make a huge difference. So hopefully that gives you guys an idea of what my plan is when I do these kind of things and why I go ahead and I just burn those materials as soon as I get them, because there's really no use waiting. Again, with that collie, maybe I get a better helmet, and maybe we end up putting it on her. That way, all of a sudden, biking gets a little bit faster. And although this is purely damage, so it's probably not a direct transfer over. Maybe I'm sure I can find someone for it to go on, and then it saves me from grinding a piece of gear for them. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe as always. I hope this helped. Let's switch back to Kali here, so you can see her one last time. I'm quite happy with where she's at now. Once we get the reforged materials to be able to do her neck, she will be up at that 280 crit damage or 280 speed mark with over that 230 crit damage mark, which is really nice. Otherwise, have a great day, and we'll see you guys all next time. Thanks for watching. Bye for now, guys.